When it comes to aftermarket support, there are a few vehicles that have more attention than the Jeep Wrangler JK. This 2014 was actually stocked just a few weeks ago, and the owner, like many of you, were looking online to figure out ways to get the most bang for his buck when it came to modifying it. So he ended up with what might be a little bit of a hodgepodge of a suspension, but it all comes from the same company. Being able to click through, he actually got a custom rough country kit. Now when we say custom, the parts aren't one-off, but what that is, he was able to combine the pieces that he needed to create a suspension that would work excellent for a daily driver and something that he could finely tune to go off-road. Now part of that fine-tuning was able to pair this 3.5-inch kit with Rough Country's new Vertex series shocks. Now what these are reservoir shocks that actually have compression adjusters that allow you to dial in the ride, so if you want something smooth and supple for on-road, you can, and when you're ready to go fast or get a little bit harder terrain, you just turn up the knob. This particular 3.5-inch suspension system uses control arm drop brackets to get the front suspension geometry closer to how it came from the factory. These two-piece brackets attach to the original control arm mounts to lower the mounting points of the arms. This reduces the operating angle of the arms, which ultimately creates better handling and ride quality dynamics over using the arms in the stock mounting locations. To properly dial in the front axle placement, this Jeep's owner opted for Rough Country's adjustable front track bar. The massive steel bar is fit with Cleveite rubber bushings and is designed to allow you to easily adjust the length of the bar while still in the vehicle. One upgrade Rough Country strongly suggests is to replace the stock front driveline. This is recommended to prevent the shaft from contacting the exhaust as the suspension cycles downwards. This advice was heeded by the owner as he opted for a new 1310 series CV drive shaft from Rough Country. This drive shaft comes with the necessary axle and transfer case yokes and is not only stronger than the original, but the smaller diameter creates plenty of clearance between the exhaust at full droop. Out back, Rough Country provides a rear track bar relocation bracket to raise the mounting point of the track bar on the axle. Moving the track bar up increases the roll center of the Jeep, thereby increasing the overall handling and stability. Another unique Rough Country touch is to include these 10-degree coil correction perches. These help alleviate the common spring bowing issue and operating angle of the rear coils. Set next to these are new bump stop mounts along with longer sway bar links. With the suspension wrapped up, attention was turned to the front bumper. To ensure there wouldn't be a tire rubbing issue and to increase the approach angle, a Rough Country bumper cap kit was installed. This setup converts the stock full-width JK bumper into a stubby one by lopping off the ends and finishing it out with a nice set of black powder-coated steel caps. With the Jeep off the rack, it was on to the alignment machine. Once it was properly dialed in, the Jeep was paired with a Quick Cal Speedo calibration tool from Rough Country. This ensures that the speedometer and shift points work correctly on the vehicle. While Rough Country recommends a 35-inch tall tire for this lift, the owner decided to step up to a slightly taller 37 by 1350 Nitto mud grappler. These were paired with a gear alloy manifold series wheel in a 17 by 9 with 4.5 inches of back spacing. Yes, this setup rubs slightly off-road, but since there's a fender mod coming in the near future, it's just a temporary annoyance. We got a chance to test out the new setup and were immediately impressed with the ride quality and handling. With 8 stages of adjustability, the Vertex shocks were without a doubt the key component in getting the suspension to perform well. We found the lower number settings were ideal for street and light wheeling, while if you wanted to go fast, dialing the shocks to the 5 territory and above was key. Like most Wranglers, this one is still a work in progress. That being said, for its intended use of daily driving along with wheeling muddy and sandy trails in eastern North Carolina, it's set up well right out of the gate. While the off-road performance trade-off with the mud grappler is definitely a little highway hum, years of experience with the extreme terrain treads on previous Jeeps has made this grappler tire the go-to for the owner. Overall, we say this Jeep is off to a good start and look forward to seeing the evolution of the build coming up soon. For more on this Jeep and for further insights on the build, be sure to visit us at drivingline.com. And if you like the video, be sure to hit subscribe.